Claudia Schiffer in the front row. Ili Nastasi in the back. I'm sure he's enjoying sitting there as well. Nastasi, a real ladies' man in his time. Stan Smith complained once that he hated walking out on court with Ili Nastasi, having conversations with him and being completely ignored because Nastasi would be eyeing the crowd for possible dates that night.
Sampras momentarily losing that forehand. We've seen 3 misses.
No, that was a good serve. Boy, that skidded low. And Kafelnikov takes the opening game of this second set. Yeah, that was one of the great matches of all time, wasn't it? The Stan Smith Ili Nastasi Wimbledon final from, it escapes me, 72 or 74, one of the two. Back in the days when players actually had time on the ball. Things were considerably slower then, although you can't blame it all on rackets. Mark Philippoussis did a racket test for a tennis magazine. You might remember earlier this year, they gave him an aluminium racket, a wooden racket, graphite, wide-bodied, wide head, you name it, and the wooden racket was only about 3 to 5% slower on the serve than modern-day rackets. So it really didn't appear to make that much difference with one of the game's greatest servers. Well, it's a lot of hair. I think you better cover it up. So again, very, very difficult to know what this man is thinking on the court. He has that hangdog look no matter what's happening. You can only tell from the way his game's going. Kafelnikov, on the other hand, a very, very expressive player. Very emotional. And it's a smart move on Sampras' part. Stephen, as a player, the last thing you want to do is send over emotional messages to the player on the other side of the court and let him know exactly how bad you're feeling at a particular time.
Yes, it can work to your disadvantage. However, players like McEnroe use it to their advantage to really upset their opponent.
204 kilometres per hour. And right on the line as well. So Sampras going through this service game like a knife through butter.
Well, we saw the stats earlier. His service percentage was...
And another race. And a quick game, a love game for Sampras. And claws one back in this second set.
Certainly, if Sampras can pick up his first serve percentage, could be looking at a very quick match.
Oh, that ball had a lot of spin on it. Appeared to
come off the frame.
Yeah, it flicked back at Kafelnikov. He didn't appear to be ready for it. Nice to see a replay. No time though. Cyclops didn't like that one. Oh, pounding return from the American. Oh, he punished that one. The serve came in slow.
All 3 points, Sampras facing second serves.
Well, Kafelnikov was all wound up, getting around for that forehand. It looked like he just didn't have time to get back around for the backhand.
No.
And that brings up double break point now for Sampras.
A little bit slow getting around and got cramped up.
Well, yeah, he turned himself around too much, didn't he? All wound up like a corkscrew. Yeah, great passing shot. Sampras leading 2-1, second set. Welcome back to Hanover, site of the World Expo in the year 2000, and Expo 2000 supporting this ATP Tour World Championships. Not to be confused, of course, Stephen, as we were flicking through the computer this afternoon, with the ATP Championships played in Ohio, I think it is.
Strange that they have the...
It is, I can't understand it.
Yeah.
So, won the ATP Championships, this one being the ATP Tour Championships. And that's what Kafelnikov thought of himself after that last shot, up at the net, but not positioned quite well enough.
Having a lot of trouble with his serve today, Kafelnikov, only holding serve once. Sampras, on the other hand, started off just as slow, but last 2 service games has really picked up.
You're right, a lot of breaks of serve in that first set, but he's starting to get into the groove service-wise.
Another string there, I think, from Sampras.
Yeah, sounded like it came off the edge of his racket. Oh, what a lovely instinctive volley.
Oh, no.
Great point, wonderful tennis.
All with a broken string.
Yep, Sampras goes off to replace his racket. Well picked up, Stephen. You've played a lot more tennis than I have. I'm sure you're very, very familiar with that noise.
Kafelnikov.
Not that noise.
Kafelnikov rightly annoyed with himself. If you know your opponent's broken his string, you just want to feed the ball back to him as many times as possible because you've got no control with that broken string in your racket. But he went for a delicate cross-court angle, which definitely was not on.
Defensive volley is so good to watch, isn't it? Especially when it comes off. There's the offending racket. And Sampras, like I said, definitely has his racket strung to a greater tension than most players. 8 aces now to Pete Sampras. 1 for Kafelnikov.
For every ace that Sampras serves, he donates $100 for Aces for Charity. It goes towards the American Cancer Foundation.
He also has other people in the tennis community and the entertainment community donating money to that charity as well.
There goes another $100.
So things really not looking good for Yevgeny Kafelnikov. Service game not working. Another aerial shot there of Mr. Berger. He's maybe a bit guilty, Stephen, of not mixing his shots up enough. You're right, maybe out of determination or ego or something, he seems determined to try and match Sampras shot for shot from the baseline. Maybe he should mix it up a bit.
Against most players, he can get away with it, spraying a few, and hopefully the percentages he gets more winners than errors. But with Sampras being able to chase down most balls, you should think twice about that tactic.
I mean, really, what can Kafelnikov do? What would you do if you were in his situation? I mean, take pace off the ball, mix the pace up, or?
Well, at the moment, he's really suffering on his service games. Obviously, first serves have to go in more, but also the direction. He seems to be firing a lot at Sampras' forehand. This game has been a bit better.
And a double fault.
Although that doesn't help. But he has served a couple, jammed Sampras up on the backhand side once and served wide to his backhand another time. Just to get on the front foot in the rally. He wants to be ahead in the rally.
Double break point for Sampras. Well, let's hope Kafelnikov can pick things up. It's never pretty to watch a player self-destruct. So the crowd wanting a fight here on centre court. They're not really getting it at the moment. Sampras leading 4-1, second set. Welcome back to Germany. The first serve percentages, which came up just a little too quick for me to read. Sampras leading 4-1 in this second set, having already won the first 6-3. And Yevgeny Kafelnikov falling apart just a bit over the last couple of games. Oh, lovely. There's a man in the groove. Fluid serve and volley from Pete Sampras. Just pulling that one down. Oh, took that off his bootlaces. Kafelnikov went for the lob. Sampras knew he had to try and retrieve it and couldn't put it away. Took his eye off the ball without a doubt.
Great return by Kafelnikov, made for a great rally.
That was, but what a wonderful pickup from Sampras, Stephen.
Yeah, right off the shoelaces. Very hard to teach that shot. I think it's just more talent.
Well, that must have been fast because it was easily within reach of Kafelnikov, but he just watched it whiz by.
Such an advantage to have that serve. If you can average 1 or 2 aces a game, it's effectively your 30 love up.
I think, without doubt, Sampras has the most fluid, pleasant to watch service action in the game.
It's Kafelnikov's coach, just in the background.
That's why players get so despondent against someone like Sampras, pulling off so many good shots as Kafelnikov did throughout there. He played wonderful tennis.
Yeah, he rolled that backhand cross-court, then that forehand passing shot cross-court. And this lob even, although it was a low percentage shot, he couldn't have placed it too much better. It was going to land on the baseline, but Sampras getting back that basketball jump up there. Kafelnikov has to take risks on this second serve. He just got to. Oh,
what a cracker.
Well, Kafelnikov went for it. He didn't quite time it, but he was well on top. There he is inside the baseline. Just not wide enough, though. Sampras was way out of court for that shot, but did need to retrieve to the centre.
So Yevgeny Kafelnikov really has to hold here. He's back against the wall. He trails 1-5 in the second set.
Sampras can't do a thing wrong here.
Yep, Sampras playing in the zone, as they call it. Place he's all too familiar with, and Kafelnikov starting to drag himself around the court. Well, pulls off a good serve. And another. Sampras did well to get that back.
Well, that's what I hope Kafelnikov can do more. Had a good first serve to Sampras' backhand, so he's in charge of the baseline rally. Try to pin Sampras to the backhand court as much as possible. And when there's an opening, just go down the line. I hope that Sampras can't chase it down with that running forehand. Easier said than done, though.
Uncharacteristic mishit there by Sampras, and Kafelnikov now on the verge of at least hanging into this set by the skin of his teeth. He trails 1-5 and leads 40-15. Sampras can't get the return back, so it's not quite over yet. Kafelnikov trails 2-5 in the second set. Well, if you watched this tournament last year, you would have seen Pete Sampras in a neck-and-neck tussle with local favourite Boris Becker in the final. That match going to 5 sets, and it was a fantastic match, played at lightning speed, again because of the surface of the court last year, which has been relayed slightly different this year, a little bit slower. And on watching last year's tournament, it's fair to say it definitely was too fast. The semi-finals were both 3-setters, and I believe there were 4 tie-break sets out of those 2 semi-finals. So things very close, played at a very fast pace. So the change of speed, Stephen, fair to say, making things a little more entertaining.
Yeah, even though the score seems a little bit lopsided, we are seeing a lot more rallies. Breaks the serve in that first set. Goes to show that serve is not dominating in this match. So it is making for good tennis.
And again, it's got to be pointed out, despite the score, Kafelnikov a lot of the time is playing good tennis.
Yeah, that's his style, just to go, not really rally too much, but any small opening he's going to go for. Today, he's not closing him out as much as he'd like to.
So we're just coming up to the 1 hour mark. I don't think Sampras was expecting that.
Good deep return by Kafelnikov, set up that short ball. Forced an error from Sampras.
I think that slight lack of applause for some of Sampras' winning shots isn't so much out of disrespect, but out of this German crowd's desire to see a good close tussle.
They do like a close match, so they'll always clap the underdog, try to bring him back into the match.
They love their tennis too. The German television market, really the mainstay of the international tour. It's a hugely popular game in Germany, and tennis, thanks in part to Boris Becker, rates through the roof on TV in Germany. Huge revenue earner. And Mark Miles, head of the ATP Tour, is of course here in Hanover watching this match. So two set points for Sampras, which will give him a 2-set-to-love lead over Yevgeny Kafelnikov. So there it is, the second set, 6-2, the first, 6-3. And Pete Sampras on a roll, and Kafelnikov being steamrolled, and all in the space of about 1 hour. We haven't actually seen the clock yet, but I believe it's about 59 minutes. Claudia Schiffer again. Did you catch that announcement, Steve?
No.
Maybe no flash photography in German. Well, it didn't work that time, but yes, it was indeed about 50 out of 59 minutes. We've just clocked onto the 1 hour mark. Stephen, have you noticed Sampras loves to hit those kind of medium-sized moonballs down into the far right corner for Kafelnikov? Kind of lofts down, falls very slowly, and then bounces up at him.
Well, with Kafelnikov, being the shot maker he is, he loves to have pace coming onto his racket, easier to generate power from your opponent. So obviously floating the ball either with a slice, which Sampras tried to do that previous point, or the moon ball. If Kafelnikov is not moving his feet properly, he's gonna frame the ball and send the ball wide.
Oh, Sampras gets lucky. Well, the way he's playing, luck isn't something he really needs. He's coasting through on sheer talent at the moment. And that brings up double break point for Sampras. And that would be an awful morale blow for Kafelnikov to be broken yet again at the start of the third set. There it is, there's the break. So Sampras leading 1-love, third set, having won the first two. Welcome back to Hanover at the, correct me if I'm wrong, the Halle 2 of the Messeglande in Hanover. That's the official name of this. It's either 2 or 11, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, in layman's terms, the sports Halle in Hanover. Wonderful indoor facility. Boris Becker, as we said, made the final here last year, lost out in 5 sets to Sampras. Huge draw card in Germany, and by far the best indoor player of all time. Stephen, why is that? What are the conditions indoor that gives a certain player an advantage?
There's variation in the conditions. You're not going to be affected by wind or the sun. So once you get used to it, you know nothing's going to change. So it's basically perfect conditions. If you like it, then it's not going to change your set.
What sort of player would you say probably doesn't like indoors? And there's David Hasselhoff, who has a huge following in Germany, not just for that television program which you all know about, but he also has a singing career and sells most of his records in Germany. Not sure if he actually sings in German. I assume he does.
Does he sing well?
I prefer not to comment on that. But I know he does spend a lot of time there.
Great touch there by Sampras. No chance for Kafelnikov. Just letting loose.
Great touch. Great touch. Moving in, holding the racket still. Sampras going for a clean sheet in this service game. It's a big haul, isn't it? Not so.
It is a big haul, and it's great to see that it's pretty much a full house.
Absolutely. It was a full house last night as well for the semi-finals. In case you missed, Pete Sampras defeating Jonas Bjorkman 6-3, 6-4. And Yevgeny Kafelnikov just sneaking past 21-year-old Spaniard Carlos Moya 7-6, 7-6.
Kafelnikov was actually quite lucky to win that match. He was down 3 break points at 3-all in the first set, and also down a break at 6-5. And then again in the second set, 5-2. So Carlos Moya easily could have won it in straight sets. Just overpowering Sampras, these ground strokes. Kafelnikov's doing all the retrieving.
He loves the overhead, doesn't he, Sampras?
It's just like the slam dunk of basketball.
Well, are we heading for an early mark this evening? I actually hope not. It'd be good to see. Oh, what was that all about?
Sampras wasn't quite ready for the serve.
Yes, it'd be good to see a fight between these two, and maybe we'll get fisticuffs. Sampras having balls aimed at him like that. Oh, wonderful passer. Well, already this game has break written all over it.
Kafelnikov set up that short ball very well. Hit down the line to Sampras' backhand, but that approach shot just way too short. Not even clearing the service line. It's just too easy for Sampras. Yeah, finally, he says, finally.
I can do it, he says. And it's 15-all.
I think that's probably Kafelnikov's only his second ace compared to Sampras' 13 or 14.
I guess that's one small advantage that he has over Sampras at the moment, the element of surprise, because Kafelnikov's service game has been so ratty so far that to suddenly pick things up, he may pick up a few surprise points against the American. Well, really a few shots building up in the favour bank. That's twice Sampras has been lucky with the net.
With a personality like Kafelnikov, it's not going to do him any good seeing those lucky shots going against him.
Well, he did the right thing. Sampras appeared to be going the other way, and in the end he did slightly wrong foot him. 40-30. So, it's now 2-1, Sampras leading, third set. Welcome back to Hanover in Germany for the ATP Tour Championship final between Pete Sampras and Yevgeny Kafelnikov, which is slipping away from the Russian fast. Sampras didn't appear to like that call. Kafelnikov has just held serve, which is quite rare for him in this game, in this match, I should say. Sampras now serving. We're in the third set. The Americans already won the first two, if you've only recently joined us.
Quite encouraging to see Kafelnikov coming to the net a little bit more on his service game, getting a few more first serves in. If you can keep that up, as well as punishing a few of Sampras' second serves if he gets a chance, he could maybe take this set.
Well, Sampras, you might notice, only holds one ball in his hand before serving, not two, and he has no balls in his pockets. He was asked in Hong Kong if that's because he's so confident about slamming down a perfect first serve, and he said no, it's the shorts that he wears have such deep pockets. He said it's a nightmare retrieving balls from them, so he just prefers to hold one. Oh, quick feet, straight out of the blocks and just dropping in front of him.
Kafelnikov finally getting some luck of his own.
Can't say he doesn't deserve it.
Another string. Strange for so many strings to pop in one match. Sampras does like to string up quite a few new rackets per match. So these are all new strings. He hasn't really practiced with them much. They're all strung at the same tension. Might be quite dry in there, I'm not sure, or especially if you serve quite hard and you miss time it a bit. If you hit it at the top of the racket, there's a lot of tension up there that can just snap it. And you have to give Sampras a little bit of space and he's going to take it.
So a familiar pattern forming in this third set, Sampras leading 3-1. And again, this lovely textbook service action from Sampras. No real outstanding characteristics about it, but it's just so fluid. Sampras running the Russian around, and what a good way to get some revenge. Kafelnikov just thinking, well, I'm sick of running, you try it.
Very gifted and talented player, Kafelnikov. It's drop shot from around about the baseline.
That was a good drop. Drop shots, Stephen, is such an entertaining part of the game, but the way it's played these days with the power and pace, there's not too much opportunity for it. And speaking of pace, possibly two of the best drop shots you'll ever see were popped in by Leander Pace of India at the Olympics last year against Andre Agassi. Absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, Leander Pace has great hands, good doubles player, and more of a traditional style of player, I would say, with more of the slice backhand. That's probably one reason we don't see it as much these days.
He's one of these great Davis Cup players, isn't he? He's a bit of a journeyman on the ATP tour, but develops a whole different persona when he's playing Davis Cup for his country.
Oh, definitely. Definitely plays well in front of a crowd, especially that gets behind him. More of a team player than an individual player.
There's that powerful overhead again from Sampras.
Sampras very confident now. He came in and hit a drive volley, something you wouldn't really do unless you were sure of.
He was quite a way over to the left as well, and in the end it turned out to be the perfect place to be. He's has a great talent for reading where that ball's going to go. Well, Stephen, this is really quite amazing. A break point for Sampras again, and we only have an hour and a quarter of play gone, and Sampras coasting away with this third set, and it's not like he's playing some ham. Kafelnikov is ranked 6th in the world.
There's his steamrolling Kafelnikov. Sense of victory, and true professional that he is, he's not going to let Kafelnikov back into the match at all.
There's that floating shot again. This time it didn't work.
Just as I say that, he throws in a loose shot.
Yes, threads it down the line. And that brings up break point again.
Both players being made to move all parts of the court.
Oh, yes. Well, I think that might be the first lob we've seen from Sampras in the whole match. And he now goes out to a 4-1 lead in this third set. Welcome back. That's one very despondent Russian, 26-year-old Yevgeny Kafelnikov, finishing his third consecutive season in the world's top 10. But you wouldn't know it by looking at him, the way he's playing against Sampras, at times staying with the American, at times self-destructing, and it shows in the score. One hour and 20 minutes gone. Sampras taking a stranglehold on this third set. There's another race. That must be, was that an ace?
Yeah, I thought he was going to overrule that, but
it was.
no,
200 kilometres per hour. And Sampras now having hit well over 10 aces, 12 or 13, I think. I haven't seen the stats for a while.
Once again, averaging at least one ace a service game, which is a great head start.
So things moving along here at a pretty rapid pace, and Kafelnikov deep in thought, and again shouldn't be too hard on himself because at times has played inspiring tennis, but overall it just hasn't been good enough.
First serve of Sampras has been pretty much unplayable tonight, so even though we say Kafelnikov is inconsistent and a bit erratic, to be fair, Sampras hasn't given him much choice.
There's that Kafelnikov lob again, which has worked so well for him when he's really needed it. That's his fourth successful lob of the match. Again, Sampras just doesn't even want to look at it.
That's a good high percentage serve there. Wasn't that close to the line, so he's not risking a fault. Hard enough, fast enough for Sampras to come up with an error. Once again, good serve.
Oh.
Just hasn't been Kafelnikov's day.
Well, he just didn't control that one well at all.
Goes to show a simple tactic could work, and I'm afraid they're a little bit too late. 3 consecutive serves to the Sampras backhand.
Where would you be serving if you were in Kafelnikov's place? Is it safest just to go straight for the body?
Body or to the backhand, which he is doing in this game now. About 80% of the time. Let's throw in it.
Oh, a double fault. And that's his third of the match. No, actually, I think that's his fourth. 40-30. So Kafelnikov holds. A rare sight indeed, but Sampras can come back out to serve for this set and the match, leading 5-2. Well, Kafelnikov, we described at the beginning of the program as a bit of a workaholic in tennis terms, just guzzling one of the magic concoctions that these players like to make for themselves. That one bright green, Michael Chang, famous for his grapefruit pink energy drink. And there's the Kafelnikov service action. Seems a little tightly wound, doesn't he? A grimace on his face. A sign of the amount of energy he's putting into it. He may send down service winners now and again, but he just never looks quite as relaxed as Sampras does.
Great service motion there, keeps his eyes on the ball. Right until contact. Many players that get eager to see where the ball is or rushing to the net, and they drop their head a little bit too early.
And I think he should apologise, actually. Sampras has had so much luck with the net cord. Not that he's needed it at all, but it's certainly helped. Oh, no way. That looked on the line.
It was corrected, yes. And because it was unplayable ball...
Sorry, I'm a little over-enthusiastic.
the ace stands. If it was playable and the call was made wrong, they would replay the point.
So this man surely about to pick up his 4th ATP Tour season-ending championship title, 3 match points. And that is a trademark way to wrap things up.
It's a great display of serving, ground strokes. You didn't really need to use the volley at all.
No, forget the power game. That was just a wonderful, entertaining, all-round game of tennis. Great service game from Sampras, the #1 player in the world, the most informed player, the most consistent.
1997, Pete Sampras.
And also the richest still playing at the moment.
Wir bereiten jetzt alles in
Around
Windeseile
about
für die
$5 million
Siegerehrung
in
vor.
prize money he's won this year.
In
Stay
der
with us, we'll be
Zeit
back
noch
with
der
the prize
Hinweis, dass
presentation
nach der
after this
Siegerehrung
break.
diese Weltmeisterschaft mit einer tollen Lasershow und einer Abschlussfeier hier.
But now, Pete, I want to say some sentences to you. I think you played an outstanding tournament, again an outstanding tournament. You played a perfect tennis, and I think you are simply the best. Congratulations.
Alter und neuer Weltmeister Pete Sampras.
So Sampras deservedly lapping up this applause. And I'm sure he'll also be enjoying the $700,000 winner's check, which he'll also collect for this victory.
Und Herr Dr. Volk übergibt jetzt den Siegescheck über $700.000. Auch damit lässt sich der ein oder andere nette Abend bestreiten. Damit aber der Ehrungen noch nicht genug. Pete erhält heute noch eine weitere Auszeichnung und dafür darf ich das Mikrofon weitergeben an Mark Miles.
Mark Miles, the ATP boss, introduced.
Don't go anywhere, Pete. You have to change crystal. It's a real honor on behalf of all the players that play these guys most of the weeks of the year and all the tournaments that make up the ATP Tour to congratulate Pete and Yevgeny both on fantastic years and a great tournament. Congratulations, guys.
This will be Pete's 53rd career title.
And if I may, on behalf of Yevgeny and Pete and all the players who played here, we want to say thanks to the people of Hanover. This is the most exciting place, I think, in the world to play tennis and to watch it. Congratulations to you. And now I have a real special honor and privilege to move from this tournament to the year to talk about the #1 player. Pete Sampras has accomplished that now for the 5th time, which ties the record of Jimmy Connors, which is historic. More than that, this is the 25-year anniversary of the ATP and the ATP Tour, so we took the opportunity to ask the players of the 25 years and the media and the tournament directors to vote and to select the 25 best players from the last 25 years. And they all chose Pete Sampras as the best player in the open era of tennis of the 25 years.
What a great honor.
Yeah.
His peers.
So Pete Sampras, just 1 year old, still in diapers when the ATP Tour started.
If he keeps going, he's going to have to remodel his house so he has room for these trophies. But on behalf of Waterford Crystal and the Italian artist Giannici, who designed this beautiful sculpture, I'm about to drop it, Pete. I want to say congratulations again.
Die Krönung des Weltmeisters. Now, Pete, I think all your fans want you to say some words.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank my team, my coach, Paul Anacone, my trainer, Todd Snyder, for keeping me in one piece, my manager, Jeff Schwartz, for making it this year. They really give me a lot of support over the years, and you know, it's not easy traveling 30 weeks of the year, dealing with the pressures of the tour. It's nice, so it's really nice to have that support. Thanks.
Stephen Pete Sampras, the Clint Eastwood of men's tennis, meant a few words. Likes to talk with his racket, and let's see if Yevgeny Kafelnikov has something to say.
Mark Miles, the CEO of the ATP Tour. Mr. What's your name? Mr. Jan Tiriak, of course. For putting on a great event. I've always enjoyed playing in Hanover. The atmosphere, as Mark said, is tremendous in here. It's something that I played all around the world, Wimbledon, US Open, and the electricity that's in this hall is something that I always look back at my career with great memories. And I plan on coming back, hopefully for the rest of my career, if I can qualify.
I'm sure he'll be able to qualify.
Yeah, I think that was a little tongue-in-cheek. There's Paul Anacone in the maroon top, Pete Sampras, coach.
And I'm running out of things to say, but it's been a great year. I come back to Europe in a week's time for the Davis Cup final, so I hopefully can win that with the help of my teammates, and I'll see you all next year. Thanks.
Thank you, Pete Sampras.
So congratulations to Sampras winning this title for the 4th time, and he mentioned the Davis Cup final. You can of course see that final between Sweden and the United States on Sunday Sport in December. Well, Stephen, so you can very often get boring walkovers, but that was actually a very, very entertaining game of tennis.
Yes, it was. I think Sampras started off slow, as did Kafelnikov, but just steamrolled him at the end. Great serves. He had, I think, an average of 1 ace per game. What a great advantage, being 15-love up every game. Kafelnikov just didn't have a chance.
Well, 2 Grand Slam victories this season, 16 tournaments he played in, 7 titles he won. Sampras has had a great season. He's on a roll. He's only 26 years old, finishing again for the 5th year in a row as #1. Can you see anybody next season pushing Sampras to the limit on a regular basis?
Not really. As he's proved again today, he's played the top 8 players in the world, and besides the first round match, which I think was just a warm-up for him against Carlos Moya, he has destroyed everybody. There is a big gap between 1st and 2nd and the rest of the world, actually. Okay, well, we shall see. Thanks very much for watching this tournament. It's been a great one. Congratulations again to Sampras. Thank you, Stephen So, and thank you. Goodbye.
Tudor Showcase. ATP Tour World Championships 1997 was sponsored by Tudor of Geneva.